It's Wednesday, June 25th, AD 2025. This is the World View in 5 minutes, written by Jonathan Clark and myself, and heard on 140 radio stations and at theworldview.com. I'm Adam McManus. The United Christian Front has recorded 313 attacks on Christians in India during the first 5 months of this year. That's over 2 attacks per day, a trend that has held since 2023. Attacks have risen significantly since 2014, when only 127 incidents were recorded. A.C. Michael with United Christian Forum warned, quote, "If this trend is not stopped immediately, it will threaten the identity and existence of the Indian Christian community in its motherland," end quote. Please pray for the persecuted church in India. The country is ranked 11th on the Open Doors World Watch list of the most difficult countries to be a Christian. The Protestant Federation of France released a survey of young Protestants in the country. 77% of respondents cited the Bible as their primary source of spiritual information ahead of other sources like discussion groups and digital content. 80% of these young Protestants in France are optimistic about the future, compared to 58% of 15 to 30-year-olds nationally. Researchers noted that young Protestants view their faith as not just a personal, but also a public commitment. 1 Timothy 4 verse 12 says, "Let no one despise your youth, but be an example to the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, and in purity." Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu commended President Donald Trump for authorizing the June 22nd Operation Midnight Hammer, which led to America's bombing of Iranian nuclear sites.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace.
The New York Times reports that a preliminary classified U.S. report says the American bombing of 3 nuclear sites in Iran set back the country's nuclear program by only a few months. The strikes sealed off the entrances to 2 of the facilities, but did not collapse their underground buildings. Before the attack, U.S. intelligence agencies had said that if Iran tried to rush to make a bomb, it would take about 3 months. After the U.S. bombing run and days of attacks by the Israeli Air Force, the report by the Defense Intelligence Agency estimated that the program had been delayed, but by less than 6 months. The report also said that much of Iran's stockpile of enriched uranium was moved before the strikes, which destroyed little of the nuclear material. Iran may have moved some of that to secret locations. The Presidential Commission on Religious Liberty held its first meeting last Monday at the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. Texas Republican Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick chaired the meeting, which included religious leaders and legal experts. Listen to comments from former U.S. Housing Secretary Dr. Ben Carson.
This commission promotes freedom of beliefs and that spiritual aspect of our existence that advances civilization. We will strive to facilitate the maintenance of one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Back in May, President Donald Trump established the commission by executive order to advise him on protecting religious liberty in the United States. Students for Life of America is planning the largest diaper giveaway this coming Saturday on Capitol Hill. The pro-life group will distribute 392,715 diapers. Each one represents an unborn baby murdered at Planned Parenthood abortion mills, according to its annual report. Kristen Hawkins, the president of Students for Life of America, said, quote, "While this diaper drive is a large, singular feat, we hope it drives the pro-life movement to keep pushing Congress to defund abortion mills, hold up and encourage mothers and families, and be pillars of life in their communities." Proverbs 24, verse 11 says, "Deliver those who are drawn toward death, and hold back those stumbling to the slaughter." A new report from Giving USA found that U.S. charitable giving increased to $592.5 billion in 2024. Total giving was up only 6.3% last year compared to 2023. Adjusted for inflation, it was up only 3.3%. Every type of recipient organization saw an increase in donations in current dollars. However, religious groups were the only ones to see a slight decrease in giving when adjusted for inflation. The U.S. Marshals Service rescued 60 missing children during an operation in Florida this month. The operation also led to the arrests of 8 individuals, including child predators. William Berger, U.S. Marshal for the Middle District of Florida, said the operation, quote, "signifies the most successful missing child recovery effort in the history of the United States Marshals Service." The unique part of this operation was the fact that underage, critically missing children were not only recovered, but were provided with physical and psychological care. This operation further included follow-up assistance in hopes that these youths will not return to the streets to be further victimized. End quote. And finally, toward our $123,500 goal by Monday, June 30th, to fully fund the Worldview annual budget for our 6-member team, 10 listeners stepped up to the plate. Our thanks to an anonymous donor who gave $7, Daniel and Abigail in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, who gave $25, as well as Luke in Bastrop, Texas, and Glenn and Linda in Palmdale, California, both of whom gave $50. We're grateful to God for John in Kentwood, Michigan, who gave $100, Robin in Simsbury, Connecticut, who gave $120, and Gina in Youngsville, Louisiana, who gave $176. And we were touched by the generosity of Amelia in Greenwood, Missouri, who gave $244, Thomas in Spokane, Washington, who pledged $30 per month for 12 months for a gift of $360, and Nellie in Caldwell, Idaho, who gave $1,000. Those 10 Worldview listeners gave a total of $2,132. Ready for our new grand total? Drum roll, please. $67,533.55. That means by this coming Monday, June 30th, we need to raise a whopping $55,966.45 in just 6 days. That's $9,327.74 per day. We're looking for 9 super donors. Could you give $10,000? Or perhaps you feel the Lord prompting you to become one of 3 business people who could give $5,000, or one of 5 business people who could contribute $2,500. If so, those donations would total $37,500. Then we would need another 7 people to pledge $100 per month for 12 months for a gift of $1,200, and another 14 people to pledge $50 per month for 12 months for a gift of $600. Please go to theworldview.com and click on Give on the top right. If you want to make it a monthly pledge, click on the Recurring tab. What is the Lord asking you to do? And that's the Worldview on this Wednesday, June 25th, in the year of our Lord 2025. Follow us on X or subscribe for free by Spotify, Amazon Music, or by iTunes or email to our unique Christian newscast at theworldview.com. I'm Adam McManus. Seize the day for Jesus Christ.